All right, welcome to the Carl Jackson Show podcast. Guys, I wanted to give you my GhettoFabulous take, if you will, of the Supreme Court decision to remove Donald Trump off of the ballot. This is a grave injustice. All right, they made their decision based on Amendment 14, Section 3 of the Constitution. I'm going to read that to you. Trump was never convicted or charged of insurrection. I'll tell you why that's important. I'm going to tell you why this is just the start. Conservatives, brace yourself, because we're living in a new reality that I'm afraid still isn't sinking in for many Republicans. And the further that Biden sinks in the polls, the worse this is going to get. I want you guys to recall that Barack Obama did something to signal the attack on Donald Trump, the persecution, given the polls that they're looking at and that they're buying into, and they're getting scared. The leftists they're in an absolute panic. There's also many conservatives that are arguing the same arguments, due process, so on, etc. I'm going to tell you why it's time to get out of the denial stage for Republicans and conservatives. We're living in two worlds. That has to stop. This was an all Democrat appointed court, and this was bound to happen, and it is going to keep happening because they want Donald Trump to waste his resources in a courtroom and talking about his issues rather than Joe Biden's. This is the Carl Jackson Show podcast. Please stay tuned. All right. First, I want to talk to you about my sponsor, MyPillow.com. Right now, MyPillow, you still have some time left. So MyPillow is excited to bring you their biggest bedding sale ever, and it's still just in time for Christmas. For a limited time, you can get the Giza Dream Bed Sheets for as low as $29.98, a set of pillowcases for only $9.98, and rejuvenate your bed with a MyPillow mattress topper for only $99.99. They also have blankets in a variety of sizes, colors, and styles. They even have blankets for your pets. You can get duvets, quilts, down comforters, body pillows, bolster pillows, dog beds, slippers, robes, towels, so much more, all with the biggest discounts of the year that are happening right now. They are also extending their money-back guarantee for Christmas until March 1st of this year, or next year, I'm sorry, making them the perfect gifts for your friends, your family, and everyone that you know. All right, so go to MyPillow.com. Use that promo code Carl. Just click on the radio podcast square at the top of the page. Enter my name, CARL, or call 800-858-0263. Again, that number, 1-800-858-0263. You'll get huge discounts on all MyPillow bedding products. Again, including the Giza Dream Bed Sheets for only $29.98. Okay, guys, so I wanted to make sure, I was actually doing some television for Salem News yesterday, so I did not get an opportunity to record the podcast, but I wanted to obviously offer my take. And later on today, we're going to actually do another podcast where we're going to have an attorney, constitutional attorney from the Heritage Foundation, come on to break down this case. So it isn't just my own GhettoFabulous take. But listen, guys, I'm a political junkie, just like some of you guys, and I have common sense, just like most, if not all of you that are listening to this podcast. And we can see what's taking shape. First off, you have to understand this. You have to come from this Colorado Supreme Court trying to, or actually removing Trump off the ballot. This is the perspective that I believe every conservative, every Republican, every freedom-loving American needs to get into their head, because we whine and we complain about these cases as if they're not to be expected. Guys, expect this to happen. Here's what the goal is. The goal is, it's really simple. The goal is to drain Donald Trump's resources, keep you talking about Donald Trump while Joe Biden continues to escape when there are huge issues out, including his brother, the FBI having tapes of his brother doing dirt that are starting to be leaked out just now. All right, you have Hunter Biden flying on, was it Marine One? Marine One, and his name not being listed in the visitor logs, all types of corruption with this family, and they want to avoid talking about that. So what do? They bring in this case. Just a few weeks ago, a lower court judge said, listen, I believe that Trump is an insurrectionist, which is absolutely insane. All right. But she didn't believe in Colorado, didn't believe that his name should be taken off the ballot. Well, that all changed, obviously. Was it just yesterday or the evening before, or on Monday? All right. So here's what you have to understand. All right. You ready? The left, the Democrats that are in charge, the elite Democrats, They have no intention. All right, I need you to hear this. I need you to allow this to sink in. They have no intention of upholding the Constitution. Their goal is to dismantle it. You have many people opining on how this is the stupidest decision ever in a court, and I do believe it is absolutely up there, but that isn't the point for the left. They're being overt. They're telling you what they're trying to do. Barack Obama started this. He started the reinstituted systemic racism in America. That guy was evil. Instituted the weaponization of the Justice Department. I mean, just made it normal. I'm not saying that the Justice Department wasn't weaponized by others in the past, but Barack Obama made it normal. And Joe Biden and his administration and all of the lackeys that came from Obama's administration into Biden's administration have continued to weaponize the DOJ. We all know this, right? Trump was never convicted of insurrection, let alone even charged with insurrection. So how is it that you can take him off the ballot in Colorado? And not only that, a few rogue judges say, hey, not only are we going to take Trump's name off the ballot in Colorado, you're not even going to be allowed to vote for him. You're not even going to be allowed to write in his name. I'm sorry. These are not fascists. These elites are these unelected bureaucrats do not have the authority. They're in the freaking state of Colorado. How do they get to determine federal election law? So this case should go track to the Supreme Court. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. The Supreme Court has to do something about this. I'm telling you, if the Supreme Court doesn't step in and restore constitutional principles, because these people obviously don't give a damn about it, if they don't come in and restore constitutional principles, this is lost. This is lost. Not to mention, let me just go real quick. Jack Smith, special counsel Jack Smith, that is trying to fast track a case that is saying, listen, Trump can be persecuted based upon laws, quote unquote, that he broke while he was president of the United States. Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how cray that is? If someone can go back, a prosecutor can go back and say, hey, listen, we think you broke laws when you were president. We're going to prosecute them for you. Mark Levin did a great piece, a monologue on this on his show, Life, Liberty, and Levin on Sunday. Could you imagine? Every president is going to have to look behind their back. Every president is going to be like, should I make this decision? In other words, they're not going to be the commander in chief. They're not going to be the executive of the United States. They're not going to act like that because they're not going to have the confidence to do so, fearing that when they get out of office, they can be tried for some crime that really is no crime. And that's exactly what's happening. And this is bigger than Trump. This is bigger than Colorado. I'm sick of the people making this a singular focus issue on Trump. That's exactly what the left wants you to do. It is happening to Trump. We also see the persecution happening to J6 protesters, but this is happening to all Americans. Their goal is to fundamentally transform America, and the person that happens to be in the way right now is former President Donald Trump. Any other Republican that is a threat, I think if Ron DeSantis was in office, I think they would be doing it to him. Anyone that they perceive as a threat, I think they would attempt to destroy. But Donald Trump, obviously right now, he was in office before Biden. There's a great contrast. The economy was so much better. I mean, except for the last year, right? But the economy was so much better. Things were so much better under Trump. Why not destroy him? Plus, the DOJ is cricket. The DOJ was weaponized. Trump knows where the skeletons are. The question is, will he do something about it? If Trump does get in, he's going to have to do more than dismantle or cut back the deep state. He's going to have to dismantle it. We'll have to wait and see if that is possible, if indeed he does get in. Just real quickly here. Okay, so just real quickly here. Let me just read from this. This is the Amendment 14 that they're talking about. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges. Now, here's the section. Section 3. And this was to give freedmen citizenship. Here's Section 3 real quick. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, but Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 to each house, remove such disability. Has Donald Trump participated in an insurrection? Has he been charged? Right? No. Has he been convicted? Absolutely not. Guys, here's what I want to tell you. This is just the start. Here's just the start. You have the Colorado Supreme Court that is campaigning for Biden. You have other states that are starting to step in, and like California, and say, listen, we're thinking about taking Trump off the ballot. Here's where conservatives are making a mistake. I'm already hearing conservatives, and I see it online. Oh, we don't have to worry about Colorado or California, right? Because we're not going to win there anyway. That isn't the point, you jackass. It's the entire United States of America, and they don't have the right to act as fascists in state governments and take away your right to vote in a federal election. So get a freaking clue, conservatives. For God's sakes, we're arguing points like we're freaking liberals. First is Colorado, then it's California. What about the states that you need where they have Democrat AGs? What if they do it there? Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Michigan. You know, the swing states? It's not going to stop here, is my point. So stop saying, oh, it's just California, it's just Colorado. We don't need. Yes, you do need them, because they set a precedent to destroy the rest of the country. It's as simple as that. This amendment, Amendment 14, Section 3, was specifically meant for Confederates, to keep Confederates out of the federal government. That's what it was for. They're misusing this intentionally. And I'm telling you right now, the further Biden sinks in the polls, the worse it's going to get for Donald Trump. The worse it's going to get for you. And I think Barack Obama signaled this when someone said to him, or the Wall Street Journal reported that a person familiar with Barack Obama's thinking said he was afraid that Biden could lose in 2024. I think that was a signal. We got to get this fool out. Either we got to get this fool out, meaning Biden, or we got to destroy Trump. All right, so stop arguing about due process and all that stuff. Obviously, we've got to mention it because it is true. Trump's due process are completely over. But just understand that isn't the game the left is playing. This is an all Democrats appointed court. There were even former Republicans that were a part of this lawsuit to get Trump's name off the ballot. They're funded by George Soros. Just understand the times that we're living in. All right, guys, listen, please follow me on all things social media at The Carl Jackson Show is where you can go to find me. Also, subscribe to the podcast wherever you go to get your podcast, The Carl Jackson Show. We're on YouTube. We are on Rumble as well, so please find us there. Until next time, don't grow weary doing good. God bless you.